Yay, I think we are live. Wanted to try to give me a problem. I wasn't having it. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys can hear me and everything is working fine. Yay, thank you for the sound check, Jamie. Greatly appreciate it. Hi, Pat, Joyce, Vicki. Are you guys ready for some Christmas in July? I have been working on some files, I'll tell you what. Okay, let's go ahead and play the intro and we're going to get started. Okay, guys. Good. Good. I'm glad that the sound is much better. I think our issues was the StreamBots OBS. We're going to find out tonight. Hopefully we won't have the issues that we've had in the last few weeks where it cuts us off and then comes back. So we are kicking off our first day of Christmas in July today. And today we are doing the lip balms for your chapsticks and things like that. These make great teachers' gifts, neighbors' gifts. Your kids can help you make them. You can use print and cut. You can use cardstock, and we're going to cover that in just a minute. And we have, if you are a Patreon, a Ko-fi supporter, or you're a YouTube membership level Cricut Cutie collector or higher, you have access to all three of these files. For your convenience, if you are a supporter, even though the little cards over here are free to the public, you have to be registered on craftingwithapril.co in order to get that file. It's on the freebie tab. But if you're a supporter, I put all three of these files on your Christmas 2020 tab so that you can just go to the one thing, log in, and you get all three files for the day. That way you don't have to bounce back and forth. The file in the middle, the little stocking ornament chapstick holder, that is available to all of my supporters, of course. And if you are not a supporter and you're considering supporting, if you do one-time support on Ko-fi before midnight tonight, you will get that file in the middle. And of course you have access to the freebie file as well. If you wait until after midnight and you try to do it on day 2, 3, 4, 5, then you're going to have to be a month late to come back and get this file. But if you want to do one-time support and you're not a supporter, you can do it tonight before midnight, and that will allow you to get all of the one-time support files for the month. You will not get the exclusives unless you're monthly. That is, the exclusive files will be strictly for our monthly supporters only. Okay, and I don't know if there's going to be a freebie file every day of the 12 days. There will be an exclusive. There will be a one-time support file. So that's a minimum of 24 files for all of my supporters, a minimum of 12 for one-time supporters if you start tonight. And there's going to be however many I can pump out for the freebies. Okay? So, anybody who doesn't understand support, just let me know, message me. I'll be happy to help you out. I also made up a little flyer we can post for you if that will help. Thank you to all of the supporters and, of course, my moderators. You guys are super. Couldn't do any of this without you. So, let's pop over on Design Space, or let me just slide that window over. And let's talk about our print and cuts. Now, in the file that you have, you will not see these 3 on the bottom because those are uploaded patterns. Okay, and I got these patterns off of designbundles.com. I don't know if it's going to let me post that to you, but that's where I got those patterns. You can look through there. They have 7 or 8 different pages, and I mean not just 7 or 8 bundles. They have pages of digital scrapbook paper. Guys, if you have not used digital scrapbook paper, you can do tons of things with it. And we're going to go over and I'm going to show you how we do that. Now, in your file, if you've already got the file, you will see this one, and it's already flattened for print and cut, and then you will have a blank. Okay, this one you can cut from any pattern paper that you have, or you can print it with any pattern that you want. Okay, you could even print this with a photo, a family photo, like a Christmas gift card type thing. So you can have tons of fun with this. You can make it a hanging ornament, or you can just put a little tag on it and give it away, and that's what I do with mine. So let's go over and talk about how we do this. Now, if you're going to be uploading your patterns, you'll want to duplicate your blank right here. And for those of you who do Stampin' Up! And everything, Cherry Cobbler is one of my favorite colors from Stampin' Up! And I did set this for the Cherry Cobbler color. So in case you guys want to match up some of your embellishments for that. I love digital paper too, Marianne. It's so much fun. So you can take this and you duplicate it, and then you're going to come down here to the bottom for those of you who are new, and you're going to detach your score lines. And don't worry about it. I've attached them, so you're not going to get them out of sync. You're just going to pull them over to the side and let them set. Okay? And then you're going to, if you have downloaded your I think I got the DC Tufted papers. That's what I got from Design Bundles. So I went to Design Bundles and I purchased my bundle, and it had all of these in here for like $2.50. Okay, and if you are a Plus member where you buy the credits each month, then it's probably going to give you a discount off of that as well. Okay, but they have several in here, and you can see that they're JPEGs and there are some PNGs. Now, I hope this works, but if not, I'm going to show you guys a workaround. If you get an error message when you're doing your patterns, it could be the size of the pattern itself. But there are ways that you can work around that. You can just do a screenshot of it, and you can upload a screenshot, and it will do that as well. Yeah, there are tons of digital papers out there. I like to buy from Design Bundles because if it is an issue with your file, they will fix it, or they will refund you. I think they'll refund you. I don't know how that exactly they handle that, but 99% of the time they will fix it. I've only gotten like 2 bad files in years off of them, and they fixed them right away for me. So I don't worry about Design Bundles. They're trusted. But let's go ahead and upload one and so that you guys can see. So you've gone to Design Bundles and you've downloaded your file and you've got them here. So the next thing you're going to do is go to Upload. And then you're going to come over to Upload Pattern on the right-hand side under Pattern Film instead of Image. Okay? And you can go to Upload. And then you're going to bring that file in. And let me just bring that back up. And let's see. Let's do this one. I think is the one I want. Yep, this is the one with the white rhinestones on it. They have green rhinestones, red rhinestones, different things on them. This is what this one looks like. Very pretty, very, very pretty paper. So I'm going to, I don't want to rename it. I'm just going to drag it. And you see that my desktop there turned green or in Design Space, and it's going to bring that up. The next thing you want to do is name and tag. Now I leave my name like this. We don't have searchability capabilities in Design Space for patterns yet, but I believe that it is coming down the road. So make sure that you do name and tag it even though we don't have the search capabilities yet. because if it comes later, then it's easier to find your patterns. And I'm going to do this one as Christmas. I'm also going to do it as celebrations, maybe even New Year's, because I may use this for New Year's. I could use it, I doubt I would use it for St. Patrick's Day because this one has the snowflake. Now, they do have one that doesn't have the snowflake. Yay, Angela, welcome, welcome. So, once you've done that, you're going to pick your style, okay? And this one, I am going to go with sophisticated. That's what I think it is. And I know that it's seamless, so I'm going to go with that one. Pick anything else that you might search by. Now, I know this one is green and white for the rhinestones, or you can select multicolor.
I want to take a second and welcome our newest channel member. Thank you for becoming a member of my YouTube channel.
Yay! Welcome, Angela. That's finally working. It hasn't been working. So, once you've done all of that, then you're going to click Save. Now, when you click Save, it's going to do it. Now, these are going to be a little bit different than your images. You're not going to see it after it finishes. Okay? And there it goes. So it says, blue bar says it's successfully uploaded. If you get the pink bar, it's not uploading. So if you do get that pink bar and you want to open that, and it's not opening or not saving for whatever reason, I know that it's not the design bundles file, that it's probably Design Space. What I do in that case is I come in and I Control-Shift-4 or whatever it is that you need, snipping tool, and I will snip a large area of it and put it on my desktop, okay? Which you really don't have to do with this one. I do that if it's a PNG, but you can do a JPEG. If you don't even have to screenshot it because it's in here that way and it will upload. So what you can do is you can come into Upload and then bring that same file right in here. And let's get rid of that. And then save it as complex, upload. And you can see that it's very, very, very big. Sometimes screenshotting will make it smaller, okay? No, it is not possible to delete previously uploaded patterns yet. So when you upload as a pattern, it's there. It's not going anywhere. So the next thing I'm going to do is hit continue. And then I'm going to save it as a print and cut. Okay, and I'm going to show you the difference between the uploaded image and the upload as a pattern fill, because there are things you can do with an uploaded image and things you can do with pattern fill, but pattern fill is much better when you're doing this, and I'm going to show you why as soon as it allows me. Make sure you name and tag. I'm not going to keep this here, so I'm not going to tag mine because I uploaded it as a pattern. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it, Sue? That is the DC Tufted Christmas digital paper. So there it is. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to insert it. And while I have my score lines detached, and you can see that it takes a few minutes to come in, and wow, it's that large. So I'm going to change that down to about 5 inches. There we go. That should cover, almost. We'll stretch it a little bit. So here it is where I uploaded it as an image. That'll cover. And I'm just going to duplicate this. So one thing that you can do is you can bring this over and you can put it on there and you can take the two and you can slice it. Okay, so now I have it on there as a sliced image. I can get rid of this and I can just go ahead and add my score lines back. Okay, but you can see the difference between this one I do them at different sizes. So I'm going to come over here with, now this is the one that I uploaded as an image rather than a pattern fill. Let's take a look at pattern fill. So I've got no fill. I want to go to print. Then I'm going to select, and instead of color, I'm going to go to pattern. And here is my pattern right here. I'm going to select it. Now watch what happens to my image over here. And you can see the difference. Look at the difference there. Now, if I want to make this larger, I can. I'm just going to go back to my print. Oops. I want to undo that. I'm sorry. I want to go to edit. Mine's going to bog down a little bit, guys, because I've got a ton of stuff in here. Right here on the pattern, I'm going to edit pattern. And you can watch as you do this. You can make this whatever size you want those squares. If you want them small like that, you can do it. If you want them larger, you can do it. You are stuck with whatever size it uploads as an image. But as a pattern fill, you can work with it and you can change it and create your own different looks. Okay? So that is why we say pattern fill sometime is better than the other. Did it take? Because see, if I wanted this look, I can get that. I can get so many different looks. If I'm doing a box, I may want that pattern bigger. If I'm doing something small like this, I may want it smaller. If I upload as an image, again, I'm stuck with whatever size it comes in on the upload as. Okay? Is everybody following me on that one? So I'm going to get rid of this one that I uploaded as an image. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit my pattern and then just make it whatever. Now some patterns are repeat patterns instead of seamless. And so you may need to go in and adjust here so that it doesn't tile it on your pattern. Once you have it like you want it, you're going to bring your score lines back and you're just going to select the two. You're going to align bottom, you're going to align right, and then attach. And your score lines will be exactly where you need them. After it prints and cuts, it will score it. Okay? Super easy, super simple, and a fun file, guys. And I'm just going to save that because I'm going to make some. I have like 30 of these to make, and I've only got 4 made, and we're fixing to make the 5th one. So let's pop over to the overhead. And let's put one of these together. And here they are, and I've decorated these up. Here's the little Santa one after it prints. And you just pinch it, and you can get your chapstick out of there, and then it self-closes. Nothing to it. You can run the hanger all the way through and use it as an ornament on the trees. You can do little tags like I am, and I just hand write my tags for these. But you can, of course, have your Cricut write it, add a tag into the file, whatever you want to do. Okay? So super easy, super cute. This is another one. This is another pattern from Design Bundles. This is not paper that I had. You can see how well they print. Very pretty. Lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. I love this red and gold tufted too. And like I said, it comes with the white stones on it, and then it also comes the stones the color of the paper. So you get 3 different ones on each one of those. And I'm going to push these off to the side for now, and we'll get to those in just a minute. So this one I cut out of some Martha Stewart paper that I had. And this is still available on Amazon, guys. And I've got her red pack too. This is the Martha Stewart paper pad. I don't think there's a name on it. Let's see. Snowflake. This one is Snowflake. She has a couple on there, and I will be using these throughout the 12 days of Christmas. There's also the red one. This one is called this one doesn't say. I don't have a sticker on this. Oh, Warm Winter Wishes, I think is the name of this one. I think. So we will be using those. And then I also have some Echo Park paper that I'm going to be using later this week. Are they from the same bundle? Which one, Sue? I think if you look on Amazon for the Martha Stewart paper, it's got like if you buy one, people bought this with it, it'll show you, so you should see it. But this is Celebrate Christmas by Lori Whitlock. And Echo, it's made by Echo Park. There are several in there. There's a couple of Cartabella papers that I may use as well. So go in there and look at the Christmas paper on Amazon, and you will see. Close to My Heart doesn't have their Christmas paper. Well, I think they have one out. They don't have them all out yet. So, but I cut this out of the Martha Stewart because I just wanted some simple snowflakes on a blue. And then I punched a tag. I use a punch for these. I don't cut them on the Cricut simply because I can punch those out of my scraps. And I just have them on hand. So all I'm doing is folding the bottom tabs all the way across. And then you have a score line right down here on the side. Chapsticks. I got those off of, I have a link for you guys. I don't know if it will go through. I will try it. I got these off Amazon for I think $8 or $9, $10, something like that, and you get, I think it was $9, and I got, I don't know if it went through or not, but if you go and look, search Chapstick Flavors of the Season, you will go in there, you will find a box. There's 10 to a box. That's the ones I get. But they have like two of each, 5 different flavors in them. I missed my scoring. No, I didn't. So once you've got it folded, that's all there is to it. Fold here, fold the tabs at the bottom. I'm not understanding. The papers that I used, these are all off design bundles. The tufted papers are all off design bundles. This one is a print and cut I did in Design Space for you. And then this one I cut from the Martha Stewart. Oh, good, Marianne. Thank you. So I'm just going to glue this tab here. I got a little bit too much glue. You don't want to get too much glue on there. If you do, just kind of spread it out because you don't want it to squish when you fold it, because you don't want to glue that side together. And we're just going to stick that together right there. And then make sure that that inner piece doesn't stick. And don't bend it like I just did. And we'll give that a second to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to work on my little tag here. I have some blue twine. Just going to cut a little piece off. It's probably more than I need, but that's okay. Just give it a second to set because it is a pinch close or a self close, so you want to give it a second. Then we're just going to pinch this bottom open. Okay? Just on each side with your fingers, pinch it. Then you're going to tuck one in. Doesn't matter which one. Tiny bit of glue, and then you're going to fold in the next one. Tiny bit of glue. Fold in the next one. I want that one last just because I'm being OCD. I want the snowflake to be perfect on the bottom. Put a little glue on that, and then fold it. So your bottom is going to come out square. And I just sit it down and I pinch it, take my bone folder, and just give it a little rub. Okay? And it's closed. Then you're just going to open it up and drop in your chapstick. This one is the Holiday Cocoa. And then I just loop my twine and stick it through this hole. This twine is a little stiffer than the other. I don't like it, but it's the only one I have that color. And that's why I don't like it. I don't want to tear my tag while I tighten it up. Make sure you get the ones that are a little bit looser than this. There we go. So now I have my tag on there. And just gonna trim that off. Where did my bell go? I had a bell for it. Oh, there it is. Just gonna run. Actually, I did that wrong. Ah, no wonder I was having such a hard time. Don't do it that way. Put the bell on. That's what I'm supposed to do. I got ahead of myself. This twine likes to give me a pain. I like the other one better, I think. There we go. And loop that. And then I put my tag on just one string so that it hangs down in front of the bell. So I put that on face down. And then I just go through one side of the little box, get it to where it hangs where I want it, and then I just loop a little knot. I probably could split this twine and get it to relax a little bit. My others won't be that way. And then I just trim this off. And then if you want, you can decorate it up with some Nuvo drops. And what I'll do is probably go in and on 2 or 3 of my snowflakes, just do a little drop of the silver. And remember, Nuvo drops take about 20 to 30 minutes to dry, but overnight is better. I can't do that unless I'm standing up over it. I probably messed that one up. Just do little drops. Don't need to be big. Those will dry in 10 or 20 minutes. But super easy, super cute. Like I said, these are already dry. I did Nuvo drops on these. And then I did some on the others, and we'll go over those. How quick and easy was that? That one was super easy. So next we're going to do the freebie file. And our freebie file is basically the Merry Christmas, which I thought was really cute with the lip balms. Super easy, super simple. Again, they're great for teachers' gifts. You can have it right on the back side of it if you want to. On this part of your card, just have it right on there. All you're going to do with this one, there are strips of paper in there. Now, if you want to add something to it, guys, you can. I'm just going to take some of, this is shimmer trim from Close to My Heart. I'm just going to peel that back. I did Rick Rack on the others. I'm going to do some shimmer trim on these. I'm a little off on that. It's not quite straight down the middle, but I'll live with it. Just going to cut that off. And shimmer trim is like it's like a paper washi tape almost. Love this stuff. So easy to work with. And I just leave the clear plastic on there, most of it, just so I have a place to start and stop easy. So you can put ribbon on these. Anything that you want to put on these, you can eliminate the ribbon. I didn't put the paper on with this one. I did with this one so you guys could see the difference. And I kind of like it with the paper better, but I wanted to make sure you knew. And each one of these have two little slits, and you're just going to run your trim into that slot. Oh, I say. There we go. And then on this one, you can do this any way you want to. I'm just going to use a small piece of masking tape because it's not going to be seen. And I'm just going to tape that down. Okay. You can use Scotch tape, whatever you have. Then you're going to, of course, need a chapstick. And that's just to kind of get that little roll going on it. Okay. Just kind of pinch it. And then bring your other end right in there. And you can roll it too before you put it in there. And then I'm just going to stick that chapstick in. Make sure that your writing's going the right way and it's like you want it in there. And then you're going to just kind of pull that tight and tape it down. How easy is this? I'm just going to pull it tight and tape it down. And if you do get it a little bit loose, guys, don't hesitate to run some of your tape runner right here. This one fits fine, but I'll just do it just to show you. Right here on each side. And then run that right back in there, and it'll stick. It'll help hold it. You don't need it if you get it good and tight. But if the kids are helping you and they don't get one in there and it's falling out, you can use that. You can use a glue dot, whatever, just to hold the chapstick on there. Glue it, and then place it on its little backer. How cute. This one is the freebie, yes. So this one is on the freebie tab. You have to be registered on craftingwithapril.co to get this file. But it is free to everybody for this one. This one is for the exclusive, is for monthly supporters only. For the pinch close or the self close, whatever you want to call it. People call them both. I did one last year that held a lotion. So if you look in last year's files, you'll find that one. And again, we just run that through the top hole, and we're going to tape that down. And we're going to grab a chapstick. And this one is the candy cane. I'm just going to get a little roll on my tape and my paper there. Kind of pinch it just a little bit. Can you see that? That's all I've done. And then we're going to stick that right through the bottom hole. Pull it right through. Oops. I'm working upside down here. I don't know why, but I am. We're just going to get that going in there. And another little piece of Scotch tape or masking tape, whatever you have. Pull it tight and press that down. Then we're just going to glue it on. And these are Design Space files, guys. I do use Design Space Access images. You can replace anything that you don't own if you don't have access. How cute. So those are the postage stamp chapstick cards. Let your kids get in there and get involved with these. On these, I did use a little bit of Nuvo drops. On this one, I used Honey Gold. And I just did just a very faint thin line right on the inside of the red line. Just to give it a little bit of bling. Right there. And then I did silver on the other one, but I'm just going to do gold here. I just did like a little gold bar. I didn't fill that in. Just a little teeny tiny bit of bling. That's it. So, super easy, super simple. The kids can help you with this. You can use it. You can let them do glitter glues or whatever on there. I'm going to set these to the side so I don't get into those Nuvo drops. And on the Santa one, I forgot to tell you guys, I just used the ebony black for the buttons on the Santa suit. And then we have our little ornaments. And this is for one-time supporters and monthly supporters. So if you are not a monthly supporter and you just want to do one-time support, you have to do it before midnight tonight, and you will get the file for this one. Okay? If you wait till tomorrow, you'll have to become monthly to get this one. And all you do is just flip it up, and then your little chapstick is in there. I did make this a little bit bigger than the chapstick because I know a lot of you guys like the, what are they called? The EOS, I think that is, that you get at some of the Ulta 3 and stuff, and they're a little bit bigger, so I wanted them to fit in there as well. Okay? But these are super cute, super easy to put together. If you want it to write a message when you go in your file, you need to have your message right on this side. So it's in the file just like this, and it's ready for its writing. And the writing can be anywhere there as long as it's above the score line up. Score line up. Okay? And you have two little score lines, and you're just going to fold it on each score. Just like so. Just going to give it a little rub on those two score lines. So it's going to look something like that. Okay? Then you have this piece. You're going to fold it on all 4 score lines. Or 6. I did not place a score line across this bottom. I just didn't feel the need to make the machine do that. You're going to fold it over flush. The next thing you're going to do is take a little bit of glue on these 2 little roundy tabs. And you're going to glue those flush with the bottom. Yes, this would be great for that too. Teachers' gifts, the bus drivers, Sunday school teachers, neighbors, hairdressers, you name it. Firefighters, all that kind of stuff. You could make a bunch of these and put them on the tree at the fire station for them. That would be cute. Bunches of little stockings. So then your little box should look something like this. And they will overlap a little bit. That's fine. The thing with that is if you have one that's smaller, or you can bring these in like this to tighten it up if you want to. Or you can spread it out slightly if you have the bigger lipsticks and stuff like that. And they will still work with all of them, okay? So we're just going to open that up, and I'm going to grab another chapstick because I want to know approximately where to put this. And I did not put a score on there because I wanted to make sure that you guys had plenty of room no matter which lip balm you chose, if you got them from Dollar Tree or whatever. I did not make these go all the way to the top on this one, but if you want to, you can. And I think I'm going to try one just to see how that works. So, with that being said, I'm just going to take my scoring tool and I'm just going to draw a little line right there where I want it. Okay? Just so I know where to glue that, where the bottom has to be. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this tab and a little bit of glue on this tab. And then I'm just going to place it right there. You can't see. There it is. On that score line. I'm just going to squeeze that in a little bit because my chapstick is a little bit smaller. And then I'm just going to take my scoring tool and I'm going to press those two little tabs down. And we'll give that a second to dry. While that's dry, I'm just going to flip it over. And we're going to start with this piece. And I did do these as print and cut because I just think they look better than they do when they're drawn, so that it's colored in. And I'm just going to put some glue across the top edge there. And this goes right up on the score line, and it does hang over each side just slightly. Okay? Like so. You're going to have a little overhang. And that's supposed to be there. Okay? And I couldn't find my green papers. I wanted to emboss these and I couldn't find it, so I used some My Mind's Eye Swiss dotted paper for these. But use what you have. I looked everywhere for my dark green Christmas paper from Cricut. Or not Christmas paper, but my dark leaf green. And I couldn't find it. So I don't know if it got shorted out of my order and I'm just out. That might be one that I got refunded on. I don't know. So you're just going to glue those two together. Then let me grab my tweezers. I set this piece over in my Cricut tray so I didn't lose it. And then just going to place it right on there. I think I got that backwards, but it's okay. I'm going to put Nuvo drops over it anyway. There we go. Okay. And then you're going to, this is going to lay here, so you want to make sure that you're not getting glue everywhere. Okay, so just kind of eyeball it and look, and we're just going to put the glue in that area. Just glue it right down. And then I'm just using some of my brown cord here. You can use red. I've got some reds, but it was a little bit off in color, so I chose the brown. You probably only need about a 6-inch piece. I think I got that way too long. I know I did. I need but about half of that. About 6 inches long. Just going to cut it in half, or fold it in half, not cut it in half. And then we're just going to place it right through that hole. No knot tying, no nothing. And if you're using some really wide ribbon, guys, you can go in and make that hole a little bit bigger in your stocking. I'm just going to give it a, that looks good to me right there. So I'm going to clip this off, just leaving just a little bitty tail. I'm just going to put a dot of glue on each side. I'm just going to open that up and just hold it for a second, just enough for it to stick. It's not going to stick completely, but it's just going to hold it down. And then you have a little cover piece, a little oval cover piece. And we're going to place it right over that and hold it down for a second, let it dry. Make sure that the string is underneath it, that way it looks pretty. Yes, these would make great tags for on the top of a gift too, guys. They're great for that. You just tape it right down. So then we have, and you can eliminate these pieces if you want to. These are just decor pieces, but I wanted it to look like a sock. And the small one goes on the heel. I don't want to smear glue all over my red paper. I bet some of you are wondering what I have on my tweezers. He is a bread tie closer. I kept losing my tweezers, so I put that on there so I could spot them very easily. I think I got them at somewhere like TJ Maxx or something like that for like $2. I got 2 or 3 of them on a pack. And we're just going to bring this piece in right there on the toe. How cute is this? Now to close that, I'm just going to use a glue dot. I'm just going to pinch one off of there and just put it right there at the base. Well, not my finger, at the base of the... Didn't want to wad it up. See if I can do that the right way this time. There we go. Make sure you're using removable glue dots. I hope that's removable. With my luck, it probably isn't, but that's okay. You're just going to pop your chapstick in. You're going to bring this over and press it down. How cute is that? Super, super easy. Dolores on Patreon, give me just 1 second to put these Nuvo drops on and I'll pull it up and show you. So we're just going to do a few drops right there on top. And then you're going to set it off to the side to dry. I don't want to stick it on anything else, and I don't want to get it in there. And then once it's dry, you can see how super cute these are. Yes, I'm going to do that right now, Miss Sue. As soon as I put my pen back in my glue, or you will hear me later screaming. Okay. So tons of things that you guys can do with those. And it's going to give you a variety and an assortment, especially if you are a supporter. Let's see. There we go. Let me bring you guys over to the other screen. And of course, if you have questions, guys, don't forget to ask. Go ahead and ask. We're here to help you. Okay, Dolores, here we go. Becoming a supporter, what is the difference? On Patreon, it's $5 a month. It's a recurring monthly fee, and Patreon does charge tax. That is not me. That is Patreon. And there's nothing that I can do about it. I do not see that money. They send it to wherever it needs to go. If you are support now, you're fine. If you support on the 30th of the month, on the 1st of the next month, it's going to bill you again. So if you want to do Patreon, it's best to do it at the beginning of the month, because the 1st of the next month, it is going to charge you again. You'll get access to all of my Design Space files, SVGs, and exclusive projects that I put on craftingwithapril.co. Of course, you get personalized help with creating files or SVGs anytime that you need it. All you have to do is Facebook Messenger me. I will get to you as quickly as I can. If it's an emergency, contact one of the admins, and they'll make sure that they notify me that you're needing help if I miss it. You can cancel anytime. You have to cancel through Patreon. I cannot cancel it for you. You have to do it. You will automatically receive emails whenever I make a post on Patreon or anything like that, as long as you're allowing the emails. They will go to you whenever I post that I'm going to do a live, or I put up a file. I post it on Patreon. I post the sales when there's fantastic sales or mystery boxes on Cricut. I post those, and you get an email as well as get posted on Patreon, so that you're aware of what's going on at all times. All the files are accessed, like I said, on craftingwithapril.co. You create your own login and your own password for the site. That is not me. That's something you create. However, I do create the black box password, and I'll show that to you guys in just a moment. I create that, and you must use that for the black box only. Everything else is whatever you create. Okay? And that comes into your Patreon messages each month. You get that straight into your inbox. As long as you're current with your payment, then you will automatically get that into your Patreon inbox. The difference with Ko-fi is basically the same thing, except if you join on the 5th of the month, it will renew on the 5th of the next month instead of the 1st of the month. It renews every 30 days from the date of support. Also, you do not get inboxed the black box password. You get everything that they got on Patreon, but you do not get inboxed, and you do not get an email. You have to come to Patreon and check the post. That being said, Ko-fi usually gets the monthly changed password for the files on the 1st of the month, because I can post that to them right away and I don't have to wait on it to process. I do have to wait for Patreon to process, but it usually is done by the 2nd or 3rd day of the month. Okay, it's rare that it goes past that. Basically that's it. You go to Ko-fi and you look up the password email on the 1st of the month and you're in. Okay? And I will go over and show you that too. On Ko-fi, you also have the option to do one-time support, which is what I was talking about earlier. What you get is you will get 1 to 3 files per month. July is the exception because we do Christmas in July. But you will get a minimum of 1 file up to 3 files per month if you do one-time support. It is not retroactive. So tomorrow, if you want the file that I released for one-time supporters tonight, you would have to be monthly to get it because it won't go back. But it will go forward for 30 days. So anything I release to one-time supporters for the next 30 days, you will get that. Okay? And that is all that one gets. Then on YouTube, Makers and Shakers is 99 cents, and you see the little Cricut guys beside the supporter names and stuff like that, and they got the emojis and things like that. You will get those on that level to add to your Patreon or Ko-fi experience, so that you can use those in YouTube. If you don't want to do that and you just want everything all wrapped up in one, you can do Cutie Collectors for $5.99. It's recurring each month. However, it can take up to 3 to 5 days for YouTube to post the password to you when it gets changed. Okay, so that's the only drawback with that. It can take 3 to 5 days to get that password. And Master Crafter, that is $9.99 a month. It's recurring, but you get a shout out on YouTube via either me shouting out like EJ Fun Prints that I did at the beginning. You might get a splash screen, or you might get a verbal shout out. Okay? So that is the difference. Let me show you what they look like, just so that you will know. I can get it to open here. Okay, there's Patreon. So when you come to Patreon, you come over to Crafting with April, and you will create or log in on your Patreon, okay? And then if you just select this membership level, that's all you need to do, and you're done. You will get emails. You will get everything in your inbox. You have a messenger box. Once you are logged in, you have an inbox. So everything is right there for you. The other one is Ko-fi. And mine may look a little bit different on Ko-fi than yours does. There we go. Yours may look like this. It may look a little different, guys. I don't know, because I am a creator. So, but you're just going to come to my page, and you'll go to post, and you can see right here, this is locked for one-time supporters. This one is for recurring monthly supporters. So if you're doing monthly, you'll have access to both of them. If you're not doing monthly, then you will only have access to the one-time if you're doing one-time support. Right here is the 4th of July. Right here is the recurring, the July 2020 password. If you open that up, if you're a monthly, it will have the password to craftingwithapril.co for the files. Okay. What else is over here? Right here. If you do support, right here, when you click on support, it's $5 per coffee. You can do as many as you want. You can leave me a message. You can make it private. It is defaulted to one time, okay? So that means if I click on support now, it would be one-time support, and I'm not going to get all the files. If I want all the files, I have to click on monthly and do the support now. If you happen to have done that today and you're mixed up and you wanted the monthly, let me know. All you have to do is come in here and do the monthly, and I will refund the one time so that you're not charged twice, okay? So anytime, but you have to do it within 48 hours of doing the one time for me to be able to do that. So once you've done that, then you can, once you're a supporter, you'll go over to Crafting with April. Let me make sure that I think I'm logged in. Let me, nope. There we go. You're going to come in. This login is your login. You create this. You have to register first, so you would come to the register and register. If you're not, if you are, you're just going to log in. And once you're logged in, whatever pages you have access to will be there, and you can also have them up here. Right here is the 12 Days of Christmas 2020. You must be a monthly supporter to get in on this tab. Right here are the free. All you have to do is register, and you'll see that little drop down under it. Those are last year's files. I left those in there for you guys. Okay? I didn't do it in 2018 and 2017. They're all mixed in into the 2017 and 18 files down here. But any of the exclusives that are for supporters only, you're going to see this black box. And when that black box comes up, then you have to type in the password and log in. Say not now, because if you save your password, it's going to change your password for your login, and you don't want to do that. And then you can see that the files are right here. Okay? And you only have to do the black box once. Here's all of our regular files. They're in here with their tutorials. They will open up. When you click these buttons, it will open up the files, and it will also take you to the tutorials for that file. Everything is there for you.
If you're at home thinking about your financial plan, so are we.
Super easy, super simple. Did that answer your questions, Doreen? If you still have questions, not Doreen, I'm sorry, Dolores. If you still have questions, don't hesitate to message me. I'll be happy to help you. I know that there's a tiny bit of lag between there, so I'm going to wait and make sure nobody else has any questions. If you do, please let me know. But you guys got some projects coming down the pipes. Tomorrow, I think we're doing cards. I have to look at what I have set up already, but I think tomorrow are cards. Those will be on a tutorial video that I will post up. I don't know what time I'm going to post them yet. I hope to get them up by 3 o'clock in the afternoon every day, but it could vary. Right here, if you take a look right here, Debbie, on the Stampin' Up, let me just duplicate this. Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't need to duplicate it. Let me come in here and detach my score lines, and I'm going to unflatten this. So you see this piece here? If you look at the color, I made it print. This is the color of the Stampin' Up! Cherry Cobbler. Okay? I like the Cherry Cobbler ink, so that's what I wanted for that little Christmas box. And that's what I did, is I went and looked up. Let me show you guys. And you can do this with Close to My Heart too. But I just Googled HTML colors for Stampin' Up. I typoed it evidently. And your RGB colors, but you can come in here and look. And there's the real red cherry cobblers in here somewhere. There are several different sites. This might be a different one. That's Riding Hood. Let's see. Maybe that was it next. Here's some here on Pinterest. I think this is the one I went by. Don't know. I don't remember which one I used. But your hex codes, things like that for Stampin' Up, you can find all of that just by doing a little bit of research in there. We'll just go over and see. Yeah, there's Cherry Cobbler in that. I don't know why. Her chart is so small, but it is. Some of them are really small, but if you search around, you can find them. And I just come in and you're was wondering because you just became a demonstrator. Okay, great, wonderful. But you can look up those things. I like to go to I don't like the ones on Pinterest. I'll just be honest. I like to find the ones. I think this might be the one I used. She's just got the RGBs up here. Yeah, she just has the RGBs. So that's not the one I used. I don't even know which one I used. This is Google, and I usually use Safari. I don't know where it is, but it's on here somewhere. But you can find them. Just go in and find them. But I'll tell you right now that 8C1E2B is cherry cobbler. I do know that one because I use it a lot. Oh, thank you. It didn't change. Let me go back and show you guys. I hate when it does that. I double clicked it and it didn't take. Okay, let me go back in there. So I just detach. This is what I did. And then I go to my colors, unflatten, and this is the piece, and go to advanced, and there is the color. Let me pull that site back up. Maybe I can do it better if I'm on color codes for Stampin' Up. Sorry about that, guys. And you can see right here you've got all of these images. I think this might be the one I used actually on Beth's. Yes. And here is, these are the CMKY, and I think she has the RGBs and the HTMLs as well. So if you just go in and you look for these codes, you will find them, and you can put those codes to work. She has a video on hers as well. Right here, cherry cobbler. Hers are a little bit off from what everybody else's, but it's probably really close. A51E2C, and that should bring it up. Let's see how different hers is. A51E2C. I don't think it changed that much. Maybe a little. But if you go in there, you can pick up those colors and you can get them. You have a question about shimmer trim? What's your question, Catherine? Sorry about that, Dolores. I fixed it. Shimmer trim you can get from Close to My Heart. And you can contact me or Susan Betts. I think Susan is here. Susan has a link to Close to My Heart too if you prefer to shop with her. She is a Patreon, so if you want to support her, that's perfectly fine. It is close to my heart, and it's called Shimmer Trim. Let me pop back over. Let me make sure it changes this time. I'm trying to find Florida Kathy's. But you see, it's on just a clear strip, and it's like tape. Sticky tape. But it's kind of like paper. You can tear it, or you can cut it. And I just leave my little clear strip. I leave a piece out so that I can just go straight to my trim and start using it and just peel it back from there. There Susan is. And Susan, you can, if you want to, if they need your link, just let me know and I'll get that to you. I'll get you Susan's link. I don't know if it will let Susan post a link. If she tries to post a link, mods, it's fine. She can, if you want to approve it. You're so very welcome. And it comes in red, silver, gold, and I think black, Kathy. I think it also comes in a black glitter. It is. It's so pretty. I'll use it on cards. I'm using it on everything. I have to go order some more tonight before they sell out because Christmas is coming and it's going to happen. So, guys, make sure that you stock up on anything, papers, red papers, and all of that. You need to be getting those now because in 3 months you're not going to be able to get them hardly anywhere. Everybody sells out. All right, guys. Enjoy your files. Tomorrow, like I said, we're doing cards. One day we're going to be doing ornaments. Guys, you have tons of files coming at you. So I am going to be redoing the print and cut ornaments as well as glitter ornaments and stuff like that. They will be on a recorded tutorial. If you have any questions, you can just ask me. The lives on the 12 days, I will still do like we did tonight. If it falls on a night where we do the lives, it will be live, but all the others will be recorded over the next 12 days. Oh, thank you, Pat. You guys make it so worthwhile. So worthwhile. And as always, if you have any ideas and you want to see them done, make sure that you message me or you put them on the in the announcement post for suggestions. Any files that you want to see or you want me to create, let me know. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, supporters. Greatly appreciate you. Anybody have any questions that you forget to ask, just message me. I'll get to you as quickly as I can. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you on Wednesday.